Hey everybody, this is Ben here, that Cologne guy, coming at you with a new review. And you have seen the title, thumbnail, and description, so you know I'm actually not coming at you with a new review because this is my 100th episode. I made it. So congrats to me and to everyone in the Cologne crew. I really appreciate all of your support. You know, when I first started this channel, I made a promise to myself, which was that I would keep doing episodes until the number of episodes actually outnumbered my subscribers. And I actually got close. Around episode 20, 21, 22, I had, I think, 30 subscribers. And so I kind of thought that the end was near, folks, but you keep subscribing in droves, and so I really appreciate that. You have seen the description, the title, and the thumbnail, so you know that this episode will have shout-outs, but will there be more? Stay tuned and find out. All right, so before I dive in on the episode, I want to first and foremost welcome all the new subscribers since last Friday. You know, yet again, we have had just a full-on blitzkrieg of new subscribers, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So you can check out my channel trailer here, but the bottom line, of course, is I have a 5-spray system, and in each episode when I review a fragrance, at the end of that I give a rating of that fragrance, and then I actually spray that on myself. So I have a 5-spray system, and if I give it a 3 out of 5, then I will actually spray 3 times on myself to end each episode. So I also have episodes, for each episode I do English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And I have worked in the last year, I have worked on improving the volume, the editing, and of course, the lighting. So I hope you appreciate that, and welcome aboard. So I have 3 questions now. So this is the call to action part of the episode, and I'd like to start off with a call to action. So please do me the favor. It would mean a lot to me if in the comment section you could either answer all of the 3 questions I'm going to ask, or 1, or 2, whatever you feel like doing. It would just be very helpful to me. So without further ado, let me ask these questions. The first one is, what do you like about the channel? What works for you? How does this channel differ from other fragrance review channels? So you know that I put one out, an episode, of course, every Friday. I probably should do more, but every Friday is what I can pull off. The number of subscribers keeps going up. I'm so appreciative of that. So let me know what you like about being part of the Cologne crew, and of course this channel. So the second question is, what do you think I can improve on? So I would really like frank comments on that, because at the 100th episode point, I have made a lot of changes, and I think I'm going to start making some more changes. So what I really need to know is, of course, what you like, and of course I'll keep that, but I'd also like to know ways in which I can improve. Whatever, I'm going to get new lighting, very soon, so I'll have like those, those big, the big lights, but I'm concerned about the length of the episodes. I'm also always concerned about the delivery. I use more of a conversational delivery. It's always spontaneous. I don't have a script. I did that for one episode. I actually don't like it. I prefer just to have a conversation with you. And as you've noticed, I don't do the ones with the lapel mic where I kind of scream and act like uber excited. So if you would, if you think that would be something that you would like me to do, I would certainly entertain that notion. But let me know if the delivery is something that could be improved on, lighting, just anything. Now, I will say this. I normally film when we're not in a pandemic. I film in my kitchen, and then I have, you might recall from last year, that's kind of sad to say, but I used to have flowers, and I'd always have my Starbucks mug or cup with me, and of course my prized possession, which is my giant Acqua di Gio bottle. So I do apologize down here during the pandemic. It's been a little odd. I have to just kind of record whenever I get a chance to, in my little sector of the house. But just let me know, because it would mean a lot to me. Things I can improve on certainly mean a lot. I would greatly appreciate that. And then the third thing is, if you would like to, I'd love to know where you are from. One of the things I love is when I get comments from all over the world, especially now that I do episodes in Portuguese and Spanish. But the Cologne crew, we are quite an international, diverse crowd, my friends. I really appreciate all of you guys, because what makes this channel unique is we have commenters and subscribers, viewers, friends, colleagues, etc., from and colleagues in Fragcom, I should say, and all of you guys are into so many things. Like, we have people who comment on my episodes for designer. We have people who comment on my episodes for niche. We have some people who I greatly appreciate who comment on all of my episodes regardless of topic. That's very kind of you, and I really appreciate that. Some of you like the bonus features. Some of you like the sound effects that I put in editing, and other people like the perfumes when I do on the women's side. Some people prefer the episodes where I do the men's cologne, and every once in a while I'll do the top 5s and top 10s, and those are always a big hit. So that is... I really appreciate all of the comments, and letting me know where you're from is so cool to me, and from all over the world with all different tastes. Some people leave a quick note like, cool, looks great juice, really love it, and then other people will leave very, very detailed, nuanced comments about what that fragrance means to them. Man, I really admire your ability to do that, and I strive each and every episode to live up to that, because you guys are quite impressive indeed. So those are my 3 questions for you. Number 1, what do you like about the channel? Number 2, what do you think I can improve on? And or what you would like to see more of? Okay, you could, if you wanted to do it that way. And then number 3, if you want to say, I'd love to know where you are from. And so those are the questions that I have. Now, the next thing is, of course, the just more thank yous, but really to you guys, because I'll be doing the shout outs, of course, but I want to start off with you. So this channel is a little bit different, as you know, because in this channel I don't do, I just don't really have the time to do a lot of the Facebook groups, and I don't have a lot of people subscribed to my channel that are fragrance reviewers. Now, I do have some, but what's different here is that most of the subscribers are people that have stumbled upon my episodes and have shared them with other people, and I just really, really appreciate it. So more than anything, I wanted you to know that this channel is really possible because, number 1, of course, I have a passion for fragrance, but number 2, I greatly appreciate your support, and all of your comments. So thank you very much. Now let's move on to the shout outs, but I want to say real quick, I got to be very clear about this. This is in no order whatsoever. In fact, I think it was like the order in my YouTube subscribe list or something. So I'm going to list some shout outs here, but I want to declare now they are it's entirely random, so don't look into this. Okay, number 1, and I'll either put it in editing or whatever, but in the description box I will put their links so you could find these fine people either in YouTube or Facebook or wherever they are. All right, so let's start off with Jay. So Jay at Cali Reviews is a cool dude, and he is in California. And I know he usually watches my episodes, so hi, Jay. But I am very appreciative to Jay because he's kind of the antithesis to me. I mean, in the sense that I kind of sit down here and I will wear a fragrance for a week, and then I will review it and talk to you. He has that ability to really meet people and network. That's what I like about Jay. So he's always networking with cologne reviewers reviewers and fragrance reviewers, and getting people on his show. He had a show for a while. I was on it, but he had some very big names on the Cologne review show that he did, and I certainly appreciate that. He reached out, and he's always been very welcoming. Put me on his show, as I said, twice. And I really appreciate all of his comments, all of his support. Make sure you check out his channel. He doesn't just do fragrances, though. He just kind of does, things that I've seen him do, movies, etc., etc. It's Cali Reviews, and I will have that here and or in the description box. But it's Cali Reviews. Make sure you check Jay out. He is a great guy. And number two is, of course, no list of shout-outs would be complete without my daughter, because in 2016, when she wanted so badly to be a YouTube star. So I started a channel for her, and she wanted me to start my own channel. So this channel actually really is truly because of Natalia. So my daughter Natalia, I started her channel in 2016. So we did an episode, her room tour, and it was so much fun, and she really, really enjoyed it. So she's been doing her YouTube channel for 4.5 years now. Now she is kind of on hiatus, so it's kind of a One Direction moment, right? She hasn't officially retired from YouTube, but she is on hiatus. So it's kind of like, they haven't broken up; they're just taking a long break. So she should be back. But either way, I wanted to give her a shout out. She really, really wanted me to do this. I don't have the delivery style that she did. In fact, I must tell you, from the very beginning, whenever she would I would edit her videos. I mean, we had no restarts. I mean, she would just do these things in one take. Now, my first few episodes took me a long time to edit because I had a lot of restarts. If you watch my earlier episodes, please don't if you haven't. But if you have, you'll notice that there's usually a lot of stopping and starting, and that's because I had a lot of restarts. Now I can kind of do this on the fly, but there was certainly a learning curve, which is one reason why I didn't want to do it at first. But she kept begging, please start your channel and let's do our channels together. So she is Natalia V. She started off as That Music Girl and then changed her name, and then slowly but surely I decided to do this channel, and I have been going strong every Friday since. So that is number 2. Number 3 is sniffing fragrance. I came across one of her videos, and I just made a comment real quick, and immediately she responded back, and we have been in contact since. So she does primarily women's perfumes, but she also does, she reviews men's colognes as well. But she is very talented. She also, I know what it's like to give in an episode in a second language, because my episodes are in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. For her, English is her second language, and you would hardly ever know it because she is just amazing. So I greatly admire what you do, and I know how hard it is to do it in a second language. She always tags me. She considers this channel and promotes my channel. She's just so very kind. So check out her channel. That is Sniffing Fragrance. And as I said, it's a little bit more on the women's perfume side, I think. That's my impression, but she also does men's colognes as well. So, and I've seen her on Instagram too. So please check out her channel. She is very, very into fragrance and very good at offering engaging, interesting episodes. Number 4. Number 4 is the social undistancing show. Who could forget the social undistancing show? I am friends with, so if you don't know, every day, actually, during the pandemic, 3 friends and then a guest they do an episode. So it's the same. It's the 3 hosts, and then they have a different guest practically every day. So I was on it 3 times actually, because I was on it 2 times for this channel, and then 1 time as a kind of a ending the season with a bunch of guests episode. It was so much fun. I want you to take a minute and just think about some people in your life that you feel I said this before, but I'm gonna. It bears mentioning again that you feel like that you've either met them before or that you know them much more than you do. Right? You just instantly feel close to them, like you know them very well, even though maybe you've only met once or twice. And I will say this: I felt and feel that way about Joe and Sandy because they immediately made me feel right at home in that show. They're very, very good at what they do, and I wish them a very long career. And I know that's not their main job. This is more like a hobby for them, but they really could be radio, DJs or talk show hosts without the shadow of a doubt. So that is so Joe and Sandy I did not know, and then the third host is Jaime, who's a friend of mine. So I knew Jaime. He asked me to be on, and then I met his friends Joe and Sandy. So I want to give a shout out to them. They are truly wonderful people. Since the pandemic started, they have done this show. It might even have been a little bit before, so they can correct me on that, but it's my understanding that the show came about because of the pandemic, and it is called, again, the Social Undistancing Show, and they are on YouTube and Facebook, but I'll put the YouTube link below and here, and you should definitely check them out. For those of you who want something lighthearted and positive and uplifting during the pandemic, you should absolutely check out their show. You might think, oh, okay, they do it once a week. They do this thing 5 days a week. It's incredible how much time they dedicate to this, and I know it's not their main job, but you wouldn't know that because it seems like it's a professionally done show, and I certainly appreciate them, and I appreciate how they made me feel when I was on their show, and kudos to their work and for helping us all feel a little bit more spirited during this pandemic, which of course is showing no signs of slowing down. So that is the Social Undistancing Show. Check them out. The next one is Jason and Trey over at Flows For You podcast. I was also a guest on their podcast, so this was not a show that you can see, but it was a podcast, and I really, really appreciated Jason and Trey. In fact, so much so that they offered at the end, and later on they offered to make me an intro and an outro for this channel. Now, I ended up making my own, and you guys can let me know if you like that one, but I was very touched by that because, in fact, they also even offered to make kind of a soundtrack for the intro as well because they are beatboxers and they do rap. I mean, they're just extremely talented. So, Flows For You podcast, that's with Jason and Trey. I really appreciated that one. That was a fun episode to be on, and we ended. The theme was Cologne versus the Cologne Brothers, which was wrestling. So we had some trivia, and I'm not sure I did so hot on the trivia itself, but it was a lot of fun, and they're great guys. Check out that podcast. Okay, the next one is Plush Brothers 88. I promised them that I would give them a shout out, and here it is. So these are two guys. So this is also for your kids. They are also around like 10 to 13, so about my daughter's age. This would be for your kids, and this is Plush Brothers 88. They're like nephews to me, actually. They're great kids. They speak Spanish and English, and they have all kinds of stuff in their episodes. Sometimes it's about video games. Sometimes it's games. Sometimes they have like they're playing with toys and rating them, and they have all these skits that they do. They're incredible, and their channel is very diverse. So if you have kids, you should point them towards that channel. They're great guys, and they always, every time I see them, they ask me how my channel's doing, and they're always curious to know which cologne I'm reviewing, and and here they are in middle school. So I'm certainly very appreciative of their support, and I want to return that to them. So that's Plush Brothers 88, and you can check out that again, and I keep hitting this chord. All right, so on to the last one. What list also would be complete without Wes? So my friend and subscriber Wes, in 2017, I did my pilot episode. I did a top 20 best like all-time men's fragrances on a tight budget, something like that. And I just did the episode 0, the pilot episode, to kind of see if they're to gauge interest, as it were. And then I kind of let it go for a while. I think I did maybe one more in 2017, maybe. And then in 2018, I decided to really kind of to do this thing in full swing. And I traded some fragrance with a guy named Wes, and he ended up subscribing to my channel. And this guy is incredibly kind. He every year, so in 18, 19, and 20, he sends me a box full of fragrances, samples. And then what I did in the past, at least, was I would call that my first impressions series that I would do every summer. And I would keep the box, and then I would make a note, and then I would go through each of the fragrances each week during the summer, and I would call that my first impression series, because obviously I didn't know anything about them. Somebody sent me these. I didn't know about them, so it's kind of my off-the-cuff take on these, and I really appreciate that about Wes. He did that because he's just a super kind guy. You can really see that actually in his videos that he does on Facebook and things with his business, which I will talk about in just a second. But I really wanted to say thank you to him. He even said in the past, like, I just take these samples, and I just would like you to review them. I'd like people to know that they're out there. And he's a great guy. So for Wes, I also want to say, so in the description box, check out his business. He is an incredibly artistic guy. I can't even put in words what this guy does. He just shows these shiny, glimmering musky baits. So his company is Metalhead Custom Musky Baits. I will put the link down below. If you are into fishing, you should check him out. They are, and if you're not into fishing, actually, you might be thinking, oh, some little, like a little hook or something. I'm serious when I say I cannot do his work justice. I can't. His musky baits are works of art. Okay, so check them out if you're into fishing, or if you know someone who is, because his business is certainly worth it, and he is a great guy. So I tip my cap to you, Wes. Thank you for everything. I really, really appreciate it. All right, so those are my shout-outs, folks. That's what I have. I greatly appreciate, again, all of your support. It means so much to me. Do not be bashful at all about letting me know what I need to improve on. And or what I need to add in the future, what you would like to see more of. I know they always say keep your episodes to 4 or 5 minutes or something. That's not going to happen with me. I'm far too chatty for that. But one thing I thought about doing maybe was rushing through kind of my initial categories of a fragrance in 2 or 3, 4 or 5 minutes, and then have like a long version at the end where I kind of do what I normally do. It's hard for me to break my habits though, just because I enjoy so much of what I do. Of course, I would like to get more views, etc., but that's not necessarily why I do it. Although you secretly know that I'm trying to catch up to PewDiePie. But let me know how I can improve on the channel. Let me know if you'd like to see more of something, less of something. If you don't like the coming at you with a new review, if you're kind of tired of the catchy things that I repeat each episode, let me know. Or if you like those, let me know. I'm super intrigued by this episode to see all of your comments. I have not singled out, by the way, any subscribers, because in the last episode I asked you to let me know if you wanted me to give you a shout out, and I batted 0. So and I think it was like a minute, like 14 or 15 or something of the episode. So either no one got that far, or they simply want to remain anonymous. So I'm going to assume you want to remain anonymous, but thank you very much for everything. And again, this month I go over 20,000 total views. I go over the 1/3 to 1,000 subscriber mark, and of course I'm hitting right now the 100th episode. So milestones abound this month. What is coming up? So I've got some niche coming up that I'll be reviewing, but I'll be going next to a tagged episode, and then I'll be moving on to an atelier sample box. So I'll have about 2 months, actually, about 7 weeks. I'll be working on a little sample box from Atelier. I don't know much about that house, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I will have time to perhaps go in more of a top 5, top 10, top 20 direction, because I know those are quite popular with folks. So I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much. I'm sadly going to say goodbye now. Take care, and always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much.